A pan to the most familiar face in the world.
It was Brian, in a Kevlar vest, bomb squad written on the back.
Brian was a 6-year veteran of the NYPD's bomb squad.
On the screen I watch as he lifts a Macy's shopping bag. Then he laid a blanket on the ground, and he and his partner placed the shopping bag on the blanket and then clipped the blanket to a pole. And the two of them lifted the pole to their shoulders and walked out of sight. I tell myself not to panic. You know, he has worked hundreds of cases just like this one. There had not been anyone injured on the bomb squad since 1939, but there was something about it, and I couldn't shake it. I walked into the boys' room, and I watched them sleep, and I listened to them breathe, and waited until I could calm myself down. He would come back and see his sons.
Kathleen waits for what feels like hours. She drifts asleep. Then something wakes her up.
I look around the room, and I can see red lights. The clock says 4 a.m., and I can hear car doors slamming. I look out the window, and the street is covered with police cars. This cannot be happening. This is not for me. They're not here for me. But then I hear the doorbell ringing. So I walk down the stairs. When I open it, I see a man from the bomb squad. He looks up at me, and he said 3 words. "We lost him." No, physically I felt so weak I thought I would fall. My stomach is in knots. The man at the door held my hand, and I led him towards the stairs so I could go up to hold my sons. I lifted Chris from his crib, and a few moments later Keith woke up and sat down next to me. "What's the matter, Mommy?" he said. "Daddy went to heaven." "How did he get there?" I said, "God came to get him." A police officer helped me down the stairs with the boys to a room filled with NYPD. The kitchen seemed like foreign territory to me as I tried to find cereal for the boys. I couldn't think where the milk was. Everything just seemed so alien. I heard a car door slam outside, and I looked out the living room window to see my mother walk up. She grabbed me and held me, and that's when I broke down. No one could tell me why the bomb exploded. The official report was it was undetermined. The funeral was on a bright sunny day, and I wanted it to rain. I was so angry. As the years went by, I thought I had gotten over Brian. But there was always that pain that I don't think we ever truly get over.
It's been over a decade since the terrorist hijacking and bombing. Since then, Kathleen has remarried. Her boys are now in their teens, and she also has a daughter with her new husband.
One day, I'd take the mail in. I flipped through it, and then stopped when I saw a letter that said Federal Corrections Center. In the corner, Busick J. was written in a spidery hand. The name made me shiver, because I realized that inside that envelope would be the words of my husband's killer. I shoved the letter in the drawer and slammed it shut. I sit down with my family to have dinner, and after bedtime kisses and everyone went to bed, I go down and sit on the couch, take the letter from the drawer. The very feel of the paper disgusted me. What could she want? Why was she write to me? I wanted her to rot in hell, and yet I was so compelled when this letter came. She wrote, "You are the one who has suffered most. How can saying how sorry I am ever be enough? Even the fact that I've languished in prison for so many years does not seem enough punishment for me." I was surprised. It sort of struck me that this woman was sincere. So I write back to her. My hands are shaking, and I wonder if I'm making a mistake. I can't imagine what it's been like to wake up in prison every day, but I'll bet you thought about what your actions did to me, and I'm glad. But I like the irony of our correspondence and the chance to write what I can't say to anyone else. Before I put the letter in the mailbox, I wondered if I should tell my current husband. He did not like to talk about Brian, so I decided that I would just write that one letter, and that he would never have to know, and it would make no difference. I check the mailbox every day. In the meantime, I compose letters in my mind. And in those letters, I say, I hope you never get out of prison. I hope you never have children. And yet when her letter comes, I can't wait to read it.
Julie Busick sent letter after letter apologizing for her crimes, and Kathleen couldn't help but write back. Julie said that while she did believe in her husband's cause, she never thought the bomb would go.
We wrote letters to each other for over 3